Hi everyone, today's video I'll be showing how to do the 3D rose design like in these sample nails here using Nailin Decals from Victoria Popova over on Facebook. The design number I used is 177. As you can see, it's an outline rose design that will simply be filling in those outlines with our gel paint color. The base color I used on the nails is But First from IBD. It's one of their nude colors from the 2017 collection, Beautiful Cream Nude. I've got 2 coats cured on the nail. And on top of that, I'll be applying a layer of Gelish Foundation. The reason for this is Victoria created these decals specifically to use for or in the tacky layer of your preferred gel. These do not have an adhesive backing on it. They're made specifically for gel use. So you will need something that has a decent tacky layer once cured. The colors I chose to use are first gel Madrid, the red color, and purple Moyra number 9 color. This is from their gel paint line. To lighten it up and also to thicken it up, I'm going to use Moyra's number 1. This is the 3D white paste. And to darken the green leaf color, I'm going to use Moyra black foil gel, but you can use any black gel. The leaf color, I have Moyra number 4 gel paint. Now this is a neon green. It might look shocking here, but once you mix it with the black and the white, it'll create some rather pretty shades. And to seal your decal once it's on the nail, you can use a shiny top coat or a matte top coat. I chose to use a matte. You can use a no wipe, or you can use one with a sticky layer, whatever your preference is. In this case, it doesn't matter. I've got both Akzentz and Luxa Shine for no wipes. And for this sample, I'm using the Luxa Matte. It is my favorite matte. It cures completely matte in 60 seconds. It's a very, very nice no wipe gel matte color, matte top. I have a palette here to mix my colors, and I would recommend a very fine detail brush for this to keep your design looking more precise. In this case, I'm using Crystal Nails, my 0 short brush. You can see it tapers down to almost a single hair. And you want that to help keep that, you don't want your lines to be too thick on this because you are going to be layering these. So I've cut off one of the decals from the decal sheet. This is the design that we'll be demoing today. And for our sample nail, I'm going to go ahead and get a coat of the Gelish Foundation onto the nail. We'll cure that for the recommended time, and we'll come back to apply the decal. So as you can see, I have not removed the sticky layer, and I'm going to carefully remove the decal. I'm just going to get it started using my nippers here. And once again, these do not have an adhesive backing. These are also a little bit stretchy, and that helps with conforming it to the nail and also to help getting, air bubbles and wrinkles out and such. But you don't want to stretch it too much because it will distort the design. So be careful with that. So again, as you can see, there is no sticky layer. You can apply this either on either side. It works either way. It doesn't matter. It's simply these films are very, very thin. They're only 1 micron thick. And I like to start when I'm applying the decal to start at the cuticle area and apply in the center. Press it down along the center from the cuticle towards the tip, and then smooth it down along the sides. And again, the sticky layer helps you be able to maneuver that around and position it a little easier. So go ahead and get that positioned where you like it. And then if you have any overhanging edges from any excess along the sides, just take a 240 grit file and very lightly file around the edges. You don't need to be heavy-handed since the film is so thin. Just give it a light file to remove any excess. And once you have that where you want it, all the wrinkles are out, air bubbles are out. Again, you can either use a shiny top coat or a matte. Get a good complete coat and seal those edges as well. Now, one tip that you can learn from my mistake is do not touch your design once it is top coated before you cure it, because I did that and it kind of started to blur the design a little bit. So just be careful of that. I'm going to get some colors, the colors on my palette here, and then I'll mix it with that 3D white to create various shades of the color. Lighter shades. And again, this is a layering technique to give it that 3D look. So again, we're simply going to paint within the lines. As you were taught as a kid, you know, in grade school, you don't want to be heavy-handed with this. You don't need a lot on your brush at first, and you're just going to fill in the petal areas. You don't want to go over those outlines. You do want to see a little bit of the black outline. Now if you feel that your colors are going to start running together, you can flash cure to prevent that. And then once you get everything filled in, you would do a full cure. So once you get your first layer down and where you would like it, we're going to go ahead and do the full cure on this. And for this first rose, I actually did 2 coats of the base red color, and then I moved up to the lighter colors from there. Now while the technique is not difficult, it does, you know, take some time, again, since you're basically doing 4 layers. You don't have to do 4 layers, it depends on your taste as far as the 3D look that you're going for. And each step takes a little less time since you're not having to be as precise as that first layer, staying within the outline. So now we're moving on to our first lighter color. Now I wanted some of that darker base color to show through, so I'm not covering the entire layer with that lighter color. I'm kind of going along the edges and just kind of, you know, icing along the edges there. And I do that with each of the colors there. So letting some of the darker areas come through help with that 3D look as well. And now we're moving on to the purple. And again, these Moyra gel paints are fantastic. I really do like them. I have 3 gel companies that I really like. The first gel, Mosaic, and now Moyra. These, I wish she had more colors. And for any of you, the Moyra products, I'll leave a link to Tracy from Wildside Nails on Facebook. Fantastic lady who can get you pretty much anything from Moyra that you might be interested in. The stamping plates, the paints, the foils. It's an all-around great product line. All right, once you get your color on your roses, we're moving on to the green here. The you can do for this demo and for the sample nails I showed earlier, I only did the one layer, but you can certainly do more than that depending on the 3D look you're going for. I also varied up the colors, the lighter and the darker color on separate leaves to give it more interest. I actually found the leaves more difficult than the roses because they're such tiny areas to be painting into, but the Crystal Nails brushes are really perfect for this. They're quite nice. All right, once you get your leaves done, you're ready to go ahead and cure. Again, these gel paints are 30 seconds in the LED lamp, 2 minutes in a UV. Once it's out of the lamp, you would remove any sticky layers, and then your nail design is done. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any comments or questions for me, go ahead and leave them down at the bottom. And as always, I do appreciate everyone's support. And if you have any suggestions for videos for me, let me know that as well. And until next time, I will see you guys later.